This week for my sermon evaluation, I chose Pastor Ben Stewart at Passion City Church in DC, as he did a study this past Sunday on 1 John 2:15 through 17, entitled Don't Love the Lie. You see throughout the sermon that Pastor Ben is focused on the things of God and his sovereignty. He hits that throughout by focusing on God's character, the person of God, and his relationship with us, all the way back to and including in the book of Genesis with Adam and Eve and his relationship with them as they encountered sin and those desires. And that said, he does bring up the reality of sin consistently throughout, talking about original sin all the way through to the woman at the well, to the truth of 1 John 2:15 through 17. And as he continually goes through that, we see that he draws in on sin. He uses some personal anecdotes and some humor and jokes to kind of draw in, but does not shy away from the truth that, as he says, a quote from him, that sin is taking a legitimate desire to an illegitimate place, and talks about things like love and sex and the things that are commonly misused by mankind in a sinful way, that most can relate to, for everything from lust to just beyond that. And so he does tackle the sovereignty of God, the reality of sin, but he also hones in on the hope of Christ. And he expresses that throughout, but it kind of builds up to this crescendo moment with the reference to the story of the woman at the well and Jesus calling out her sinfulness, as she says, I don't have a husband. He goes, no, you've had five husbands, but and the one you have now won't marry you. But he doesn't do that to be accusative and shame, but he does it to be realistic, and point out that there's another alternative to that, and that's through his grace and his love and his mercy. And so I think it does a great job hitting all of the elements that it needs to hit to further the gospel.